Apart from being ridiculously tense in anticipation of any possible Pikmin 4 announcement in the Direct, Christ knows why, because it just never happens, I actually quite enjoyed Nintendo's Direct in the Treehouse Live this year. Yes, maybe it lacked something slightly compared to exactly what I wanted, but didn't the whole of E3 this year? The fact Just Dance had a whole performance with a weird dancing panda thingy in Ubisoft's presentation just summed it up. To say that game isn't for me, that is one hell of an understatement. Anyway, Nintendo largely delivered on what they said they would show off, and there was so much to be excited about. I enjoyed watching the Luigi's Mansion stuff especially. Link's Awakening looked fantastic, and the Animal Crossing gameplay in the Treehouse was quite entertaining. I never played Animal Crossing, so it's nice to get a look and feel for the game, which is now coming in March. What stole the show for Nintendo though? Well, they ended the Direct with one hell of a popular announcement. A sequel to Breath of the Wild is in the works, which, although that was predictable to say the least, is still big news. Wait, so what does this have to do with a major Direct coming in around September this year? Well, let me break my reasoning down into its three component parts. Firstly, and the largest of my points, revolves around the question, what do we know about 2020 games as of now? Because the E3 Direct was almost totally focused on IPs we already knew about, 2020 is largely unknown right now, a scenario which I don't think we'll end the year with, because with the new Xbox and PlayStation consoles on the horizon, Nintendo need to have a solid offering emerging for next year in order to seduce potential Switch customers. Although there's a few announced games that will certainly release in 2020, Animal Crossing being the one that jumps to mind, there's also a few others that will probably now release then. I'm thinking that Bayonetta 3 is looking more and more like a 2020 release date by the day, and there's even games that could feasibly appear next year, those being Metroid Prime 4 and Breath of the Wild 2 or whatever they decide to call it. The lineup is still going to be made up of largely unknowns, and very little is actually set in concrete right now. Basically, before we go into 2020, we need to know a lot more what the lineups will look like title-wise. It's also possible that we could get one more late 2019 title since Animal Crossing has been moved, but I'm not convinced with that. It will be interesting to see what Nintendo will/can do, and to be fair, we've already got Luigi's Mansion, the Pokemon games, and Mario and Sonic at the 2020 Olympic Games coming, which I imagine will find itself absolutely everywhere, like it always seems to. Crucially, within the next few months we need more information on a few more brand new titles, whether that's to strengthen the lineup for the end of this year, or more likely, so that 2020 can begin to take shape. Okay, so moving on, we've established that we're probably going to learn more about a few more big titles before the end of the year. But why do I think these will take place in just one major Direct? My thinking stems from the way Nintendo have fed us information over the last 12 months. From my observations, Nintendo Directs that discuss a variety of major games, and I'm not talking about Nindy Directs here, are fewer, but they're bigger, better, and certainly more spectacular than they have been in the past. I really think we're moving to a system of 3 major Directs a year. One early on in the year, i.e. the February Direct, one at E3 because it's E3 and it also allows Nintendo to show off a load of games that are coming in the foreseeable future, and finally, a Direct at the end of the summer or the beginning of the autumn that is important for giving us more information on the games of the holidays, but just as important for setting the scene for the following year. This really is the direction I feel Nintendo are going in with their big Directs, where they reveal new games, but I guess only time will tell. The final point I want to discuss is why September. I guess I sort of answered this a second ago, but it's the perfect time to bring the new games of 2020 to our attention. By September, 2020 is close enough to get us excited about the new games coming next year, whilst also not stealing the limelight from the games that will lead Nintendo into the holiday season. Let's not forget as well, a major event such as a big Direct around September is also a perfect opportunity to show off in greater detail those games coming at the end of the year to a big audience, and therefore it's a great opportunity for boosting interest in those games and encouraging more pre-orders. That's why it worked so well last year, and that's why I'm sure it will work so well this. So there you have it, I've broken down why I think we'll see a major Nintendo Direct in or around September into its 3 component parts. What do you think to my thinking though, and what new releases do you think we could see in such a Direct? Leave your opinions down in the comment section below. If you have enjoyed today, make sure you share this video with a friend, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a weekly Nintendo video like this, on top of lots more Nintendo news updates and content. Thanks for watching, I'll see you in another video soon.